Back again, and like I promised, I wanted to talk to you about a couple weeks ago I did a little bit of an episode on controlling your investments, and it's something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and because I see a lot of stuff that's out there, and I hear a lot of different stories from different investors coming to us and asking our opinions. And I got an email, and I wanted to share a little bit of this email with you. So it's Nick. I hear what you're saying about controlling your investments, but it sounds to me like you may just have some trouble finding the deals that will give you a good return, right? There are many opportunities that allow investors to have a property managed for them while they collect monthly checks and they provide a good return. And it's a good point, because there are some opportunities like that. But the point of controlling your investments is that if something happens with that investment, you haven't become an investor yet. So what you want to do is you need to grow into a person that can manage different situations. It's very similar to when you invest in mutual funds. If something goes wrong with the stock market, I mean, a lot of us were affected last October. There were some big rumblings in the stock market. And if something happens in that stock market, a lot of us didn't know exactly what to do with our money, because we had just given it over to a mutual fund manager to let them make the best decisions they knew, and hopefully we were going to get a return on our money. So we hadn't grown into investors yet, so we were adversely impacted by that. And it's very similar with real estate. And I'll give you an example here. I have some numbers from an investor that did an investment in Ontario. And what he told, he had to advertise his investment because his tenant moved out, right? Something happened, his tenant decided to move out, and this was from about a month ago, and he sent me this. When he started advertising his investment, he got 61 emails, 54 voicemails, so for a total of 115 people reached out to him to rent this property. He made 44 appointments, 24 of those appointments showed up, and then he took X numbers of applications and he filled the house. So this gentleman, and it could be a lady as well, so I'm not picking on anyone, but this gentleman is an investor. He has matured and learned and become an investor, so he can manage his own properties and manage these obstacles when they come up. Whereas a lot of other people, they're just looking for the easy solution. So they want to take their money, give it to someone else, and have that person give them more money back. And that's awesome. Like, listen, I'm looking for that too. Everyone's looking for that. But what you have to realize is that when you decide to invest like that, you are giving up control. And if something happens with that investment, you may not be in the best situation. In fact, one investor that I spoke with that's on the east side of Toronto invested in a similar type property on the west side, far west side actually, actually it was in London, Ontario. And what happened, it was kind of like a pre-packaged investment deal. Property management was guaranteed for 2 years, which is awesome, right? You got property management, you got rents guaranteed. The problem is it was managed so poorly that no money was coming back. So the property went hugely negative cash flow. So now he went into this pre-packaged investment with these guarantees that didn't really exist, right? It sounds great on the front end, but then when they're not really performing, what do? So he was at a bit of a loss because he didn't have the education and the knowledge to go and make this situation, which really wasn't that great of one right now, and turn it into a positive situation, right? So he was looking for kind of some guidance and education. He was looking to become that investor, right? So that's what I meant with by controlling your investments. That's really the key. You need to understand that you need this backup plan, you need the education to be able to do something, or you need a very, very trustworthy, good team in place. But when you're looking at a team, there's some issues and things like that you want to think about before you just kind of jump into bed with anyone when it comes to your real estate investments. So I hope that sheds some light on the whole, controlling your investments. I'm definitely not against them, but I think you have to understand the benefits and the downfalls to them. There's different levels of them. There's going to be some massive real estate investment trusts that you can invest some money in. You will get smaller returns. But generally, those types of things, they may be a little bit more stable. But the whole kind of pre-packaged, here's this investment, it's going to be a slam dunk, here's your return, it can be awesome stuff. Hey, I deal with some of those myself, right? So I'm a believer in them. I think they can be some great things, but I've seen from firsthand experience that, the most successful people have the ability, the knowledge, and the understanding to take care of their own investments, and then they can graduate to that level of hands-off investing because they have all this experience behind them already. So it's a big difference. I hope that explains things a little bit better. Any questions, just post a comment and we'll cover them all. Talk to you soon.